What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's get into it, okay? Let's talk about the price action here. Here we are at about $83.8 thousand. Wicked volatility. I think I've said that in every single video today. Hi, Mufasa. If you guys hear a cat that sounds like he's got like a voice box that's muted, that's my cat, Mufasa. He's a good boy. Apparently, he shows up whenever things are bullish. I promise you guys, I'm not just calling him over and I'm not just petting some random thing over here. There's actually, there you go. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you for showing your face. If I was just some guy who's like, oh yeah, I've got a cat over here, I'm just faking it. I don't know. Anyways, I definitely did not expect that we would see this kind of maneuver. I can tell you, I'm probably not the only person who up here was expecting that we would move down this much. I expected we would move down. Let's make no mistake. Okay, let's call it what it is. I expected that we would move down, but I did not expect we would move down this low. I thought we would hold support here at about $89,000, maybe $88,000, somewhere in that area, right? And for a moment we did, right, on this 4-hour period here. I mean, for a brief 3 hours we did. It's actually a pretty good area to find support, but we didn't get any continuation. That was an immaculate drop, immaculate movements down, you guys, on these 1 hour periods. It almost feels forced. I don't know. If we're looking at this, we've got lower levels of volume coming, lower prices as we go. Likely that signals that this trend is coming to an end to some degree, but it doesn't have to be over here. It could still go lower. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. We absolutely could go below this low here, and if we were to go below that low, that would call for a move down to about $74K to $69,000. You guys, very immaculate areas of support, and it could happen. But also, from a low to a high, here we are at the golden ratio, the golden zone itself. If we can get back above the golden zone, which I hope we do, likely we would see some kind of retracement that would take us to the 0.5382, maybe something to build off of, and we can break out of this range. If we do see prices above $91,000, I'm going to just say 91,000. Technically 90,900, but let's say 91,000. It's easier to say. When we get a closing period above $91,000, that will signal that this is in fact the low and that we are in fact moving higher. Seeing prices that are above this and carrying on with our bad sells to the upside, right? This is just a little bit of standard volatility. Nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to see here, you guys. And I hope that nobody panic sold after today. I know it can be a real whirlwind of emotions, but oftentimes these kind of capitulative events, these whirlwinds of emotions and volatility, they can be just what you need to get shaken out. But before moving up higher, I want to make sure. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah. And I do think we will move up higher. I personally do think that we're on our way to new all-time highs. I know it might not seem like it now, being down 8.5% today, but I do want to remind all the bears out there, right? A lot of bears 2 days ago, technically, I guess a day and a half ago, were saying, what's everyone excited about? We're only up 9.5%. Like, that's nothing to be too excited about. By the way, 9.5% for Bitcoin is actually a big deal. Look at all these candles. How many of them are 9.5%? The last time we had that was up during this move. So it is something to get excited about. But to the same notion for bears, if this wasn't encouraging, you better not be being like, oh, we're going, don't get too excited to the downside either. We still do have higher lows. We still are, from a low to a high, finding support at the golden ratio. Very volatile moments like this can be given, taken away, and given back all in the same week. Like we've seen Bitcoin be very volatile in the past. It's just been very boring lately. But hey, man, times like this are exciting. I know that we have the tariffs going on with China, Canada, and Mexico, right? I actually want to ask Grok here. Oh yeah, let's see. I was asking about this because Vikash, if you're watching this one, man, you can pause this and read all this. But no, Bitwise or the SEC has not announced anything. And to my knowledge, I even asked some other questions to ask if that was legal. It's not like they should have announced something, but they didn't announce anything. I don't know. Let's see. I'm getting totally distracted. Yeah, they haven't posted, so I don't know, man. Nothing about the Bitwise ETF. It should have been mentioned today, but I want to ask Grok. What did I want to ask Grok? Damn it! I wanted to ask Grok. Let's see. Can you give me an update on the tariffs? Why do I always do it with 2 R's? Tariffs with the USA, China, Mexico. I keep wanting to say Russia, but it's not Russia. Mexico and Canada. Is it bad? I only put USA in capitals. Is that bad? I'm not trying to be biased, you guys. Here's an update on the tariffs. By the way, I love my Chinese friends, my Mexican friends, my Canadian friends. I love you all. I hope none of this causes any kind of dissonance between us, right? It's not about the citizens, man. It's about things beyond any of us, really. I mean, people did vote for Trump in this country. I voted for Trump, so technically, I mean, you could blame me if you want to, but I would say don't blame me, blame Trump. USA China tariffs. The U.S. imposed. No. We don't want China. We want to see Mexico, because I know the Chinese tariffs are definitely going to get enacted. Like that's not going to go away. China's stubborn, right? Mexico and Canada might work with Trump here. Trump signed an executive order for a 25% tariff on all Mexican imports set to start on February 4th. Blah blah blah. March 4th to allow negotiations on border security. Yes. March 3rd, the pause expires at midnight. It's probably going to expire, and then they'll do the phone call thing, and then early in the morning, just like it happened last time, some kind of deal is going to be struck. Indicate the tariffs will kick in unless a last minute deal is struck. Which Trump reportedly ruled out today. Oh, no last minute deals. Maybe he's hearing everybody talk about how he's bluffing, and now it's just a pride thing. I don't know. But he said the same thing last time, right? It wasn't a negotiation tactic, but clearly it is. MST. Mexico has prepared retaliatory tariffs, with Scheinbaum mentioning a Plan B involving tariff and non-tariff measures. Those specifics remain undisclosed. If implemented, expected higher U.S. prices for avocados, auto parts, and other goods. Mexico supplied $467 billion in exports to the U.S. Economy in 2023. U.S. Canada similarly. Blah blah blah. We announced March 3rd unless extended. The same ex-post suggests no delay, aligning with Trump's statement today that no last-minute deal was reached. Canada's economy, heavily reliant on U.S. trade, 67% of its GDP, wow, I didn't know that, could shrink by 3.6% per Cornell estimates, while U.S. consumers might see pricier oil. 97% of Canada's crude exports go to the U.S. Lumber and autos. Canada has vowed forceful but reasonable retaliation. Forceful but reasonable, whatever, this sounds about right, with ideas like a 100% tariff on Tesla vehicles floated by officials. See, now that doesn't seem reasonable at all, but forceful but reasonable, this seems like it's targeted towards somebody. I don't know, that seems a bit petty, but whatever. You can do that. You don't need Teslas in Canada, I guess. You don't have enough sun to power your solar. I don't know. I'm just making excuses here. But let's see. What did this make me want to ask next? There's something else with the tariffs that I wanted to ask. Let me just reread this again. Hold on. Line with Trump's. Oh yeah. Talking about the oil. So here's something that a lot of people are unaware of, apparently, with oil. Okay, and I hope everybody understands this isn't political. I mean, it is politics to some degree. I'm trying to be non-biased and not take a side. I'm just reading this as facts. If you're getting upset with me reading, these are just facts. These aren't even my opinions. It's an AI's opinions, okay? These are just facts. But in percentages, where does the U.S. get its oil? Both domestic and foreign. Am I spelling that right? Yeah, cool. Foreign. Just for anybody out there that saw the oil thing from Canada and is thinking that there's something to beat on their chest about or something to be nervous about, whatever, Domestic production for the United States, we produce 66% of our own oil, and Trump has very, very, very much been all about drilling, right? The whole drill baby drill thing. We're going to be drilling more oil, so I'm assuming that number is going to go up. Texas, 40 to 45%. Mexico, yeah. Alaska. I'm surprised we don't have more in Alaska, but at the same time, it's pretty harsh conditions up there. Foreign imports, Canada is the top one, 20%, right? And then Mexico, and then Saudi Arabia. So yeah, I'm sure these tariffs will impact the cost of gas on us. It absolutely will, but probably not to the degree that people are freaking out about, right? I'm assuming, getting away from all that, man, I know that that's not what everybody's here for. I'm assuming that once all this is done, once everybody is pulling their heads out of their butts and realizing that this is just a bad dream will see this for what it is. It's a buying opportunity. It's a higher low. It's some volatility. Okay, I made a post earlier today on X saying that some of the young bulls have been put back in their pens. Right, you don't hear them out and about today, but the old bulls, the people that have been in the markets for multiple cycles, this is a walk in the park. This is another day, you guys. It's really not anything to be intimidated by. And even if we drop lower than this low and we do see 74K to 69K, that's nothing to be intimidated by. Inevitably, we would find support there, continue to move up and see new all-time highs. The bull market is not over by any means. It is not over, you guys. Absolutely not. We are still at high levels of fear and sentiment, okay? That should say everything right there. Every time we've been in high levels of fear, we've been at low points in Bitcoin's price. We're at low points now, and I fully expect that we're going to continue to grow. I'm going to talk about that, and then we'll end the video here. If this is the low, if it remains, if it sustains its status as the low, the minimum target area would be about 120K to 134K. We break above 134,500. It's onward to 147 to 167. Even beyond that, we could see prices all the way up above 180K. And I expect these targets to happen by the end of March, maybe even some of these targets here to happen by the end of March, and targets that are at 167K and above to happen by the end of April. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. So none of that's changed. All of that can change on a time perspective, of course, if we spend days, weeks consolidating still to the downside and we go lower than this low. Things can change, right? But inevitably, you guys, we will see new all-time highs. It's inevitable, like Thanos. I got nothing else to say. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.